Hello, welcome back everybody. Let's have a look at Chainlink then, shall we? So Chainlink continuing to make big moves despite the nature of the market looking very bearish. Chainlink is pushing its way to its all-time high of its sats level. It looks like it could achieve that, but you know sats are one thing. I was going to go to I've gone to the wrong one there. Sats are one thing, but Tether is completely another, and the US dollar value obviously completely another thing. It's not the end of the world though, because even though Bitcoin is almost halved, it's almost halved in its value. Chainlink again is halved from its all-time high, so very similar to the way Bitcoin is. Apart from Bitcoin's chart does not look like this. Bitcoin chart keeps making moves down, whereas we have consolidated from our parabolic top on Chainlink, and now we're making moves to attempt to try and essentially rally to make higher highs and higher lows. So all I can say really is that now we have been rejected a second time from essentially this area here. It's no big deal. We're consolidating. We're not falling down. We've made a sizable attempt to stay above the centre of the Bollinger Band, which is good. We had a really strange but good recovery from this is where Bitcoin fell the other day, and we bounced not just significantly from there, but we've actually recovered completely, and today we are trending pretty much exactly where we were when Bitcoin fell that time. So if you look at it like that, Chainlink is way stronger than Bitcoin. If you wanted to have it, I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but if there's to be money involved in any coin that you wanted to hold during this bearish period and you were looking to hodl something, it probably wouldn't be Bitcoin. It would be something like this, if not this, because this appears to be the strongest cryptocurrency, the strongest altcoin out there. And even in times of significant bearishness, if that's a word, Chainlink has proven itself to be more than capable of sustaining its value. So again, above all moving averages, extremely bullish. When I say bullish, as bullish as you can be in a situation like we are right now. First of all, the crypto market index, including Bitcoin, had a death cross the other day, so that's really bad news for the entire market. Completely bad. That's terrible. The altcoin market had a death cross months ago, hence the big downfall of all coins. And most cryptocurrencies had death crosses, but standing back from all of that, Chainlink is an exception. So there's death crosses everywhere. There's a death cross about to happen on Bitcoin, as well as Bitcoin's many other bearish situations. So I'll show you just very briefly if you don't watch my channel, just to quickly recap on what's going on with Bitcoin. If we have a look first of all on the hourly, we've got a death cross here, just happened today with the simple moving averages. We've got a death cross incoming over the next few days on the exponential moving averages, which is the big deal. We obviously have a downwards trend. We're underneath the 242, which is this red moving average here. That's never happened before in the history of Bitcoin. We have on the monthly 4 red candles. In Bitcoin's history, it's never had more than 2 red candles close on a monthly in what would be considered to be a bull trend. We've had 3 close, and it looks like perhaps maybe we're going to have a 4th close, which is, like I say, never happened before. And on the weekly, we obviously have very bearish activity. We got just looking like in the next few weeks about to enter beneath the 0 point with the MACD. We've got bearish all the way from back here. No sign of even trying to recover on the RSI. But more importantly, we had a cross here on the baseline and conversion line, which means a continuation of a move down. And just to give you a bit of context, the last time that happened was here, and we continued from this level here, which was 11,500 all the way down to 3,200. This cross can take place in the reverse, and so when we had the reverse cross, we had it here, and we continued all the way from this level, 5,700, all the way up to 14,000. So it's a pretty reliable indicator for continuation on the long term of a movement, and I hold a lot of weight on that. Now, I don't believe this is coming down to our previous lows, I should say, but it will continue this trend for several months, I would expect. Bringing us into next year, we won't be making any significant pumps. You could probably say that 8,000 won't be revisited until at least around summertime next year or late spring. We won't be seeing prices like that again for several months now. So back to Link, when we've got a little bit of context on Bitcoin, you can see how Link isn't responding in the same way as Bitcoin. Now Link is a different type of chart, we don't really have those sort of indicators, and when we go to the weekly it's not as sizable, we don't really have those kind of things, but the things that we do have tell us that it's working in the wrong way. It's not the wrong way, the opposite way. The daily is pretty much the longest time frame we can look at Link on this chart here. So what we do see is moving averages all spread out in a perfect example of what would be considered bullish, from lowest time frames to lowest time frames here with the 7-day close, all the way down to the lowest time frames here of the 242. Not that that's important on this chart, but then the 200 and the 200 exponential. So it's all spread out quite nicely, like what the sort of thing you'd want to see with a bullish posturing. We're also above the cloud. Even though the cloud is red, we are above the cloud. We had a fresh Ichimoku cross cloud. Where was it? It was around about here where I made that video where I was saying it looks extremely bullish, and this is what took place as a result of that. This doesn't mean that we're going to have a huge pump. What this means is we're going to have continuation. As we've had the cross here, I would expect continuation still. We had our MACD above the 0 point and actually looking like it wants to stretch a little further. We've got higher lows with the RSI. So I think what we're going to be seeing with Link is a bit of sideways action for maybe a little while, maybe a few days to a week, and obviously responding to Bitcoin when it falls, because it looks like it wants to come down about between 20 to 35% more after that death cross. That's the sort of thing I'd be expecting, bringing it down into the 5,000s. Over time. So Chainlink will be responding to those moves, and similar to what we saw in this move here, where we had a big drop with Bitcoin, we bounced from that. We will be seeing that, and don't be disheartened if we see ourselves cross beneath the middle of the Bollinger Band and come back down to lower territories. But to see a Chainlink lower than around $2 at this point, it's not off the cards, but it's not unlikely either. But I think it's going to show relative strength, and if we do go beneath the $2 area, we're more than likely going to be brought back up at these levels here, which are constantly rising. And by the time that we get to these levels here, these will have risen probably above the levels of about $1.80, $1.70 at least. So the 200 EMA would be the lowest I'd expect it to go to and bounce from. So I know that sounds, it's a long-term plan here, but it's definitely a good coin to be holding, and it's definitely way stronger than Bitcoin and stronger than all other cryptocurrencies out there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day and take it easy.